Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ladies of the PGS. I am your host, and today, of course, we have with us Lorena Creole. Lorena, how are you today?
I'm doing great, doing excellent, and so hyped to see this movie.
Yeah, you and I have been waiting a long time. We've been talking about this film. We've heard so much about it. I remember seeing the previews of this film last year in the theater when we all went to see different films, and it looked so different and unique. And I really liked how they made this Megan character look. I wondered, what on earth is this about? And why is it a horror story? That's the thing that I wondered. Because we've seen a bunch of movies where they have artificial intelligence in it, and it's very different. It's not always like a horror film. I think they had one called AI, and then they had another one with the little boy. It might have been the one with Haley. Was it Haley Osment?
Yeah,
Um
Haley Joel Osment. Yeah.
and he was a cute little robot. And the mother leaves him like in a forest somewhere, and it's like incredibly horrible. And then and there's just been a number of these movies. I liked Ex Machina, which is not really a horror film in my opinion, but maybe it
hmm
does have a horror element to it. But honestly, it's amazing that they made this film, because Megan looks absolutely adorable. Like, she looks like the sweetest girl you could possibly imagine, and come to find out that it is a horror film and that there are horror elements to it. So
hmm
a lot of people have talked about it. They've talked about how amazing the film is, and honestly, how there are some insights, some very interesting insights about parenting in this film, Lorena. Not at all what I thought someone would have said about a horror film.
Yeah, with Megan, it's the classic, I would say, setup of when technology goes bad, coupled with dolls coming to life. But just at the crux of that, what happens when technology gets put into place that you lose control over. So that's a horror theme in itself, and I'm so excited because this doll looks unlike anything that we've seen. It's so creepy. I want to say it's as creepy as the twins that you see in The Shining. It's kind of like that sort of level. So I am so hyped. I cannot wait to see this unrated version.
Yes, and Lorena, this is so important. You and I both want to watch the unrated version of Meg.
hmm
So apparently there's this different version. And I sent you the email, but it's pretty much everybody knows about it since February, that there's a different version of Megan. Oops, sorry.
hmm
That I guess was in theaters. It's not the same version that
Right.
you and I are going to be watching. So while you could probably still go to the theaters and watch Megan right now, I think it still is in the theaters. The version we're watching is the unrated version.
Yes.
So I am so excited to see what they do with this unrated version of this story.
I
Um,
can't wait.
Lorena and I are going to tell you where we are more or less. I'm not going to put the clock up because we're doing two different things, or maybe I could put the clock up occasionally, but I'll just say where we are in the chat, where we are. Yes, the unrated version. I
Yes.
just can't wait for this. But
Unrated version.
I hear a bunch of you out there, and of course, Tom Junior Jackson. We are all good people as the moderator today. Thank you, Tom, as always, for showing up to this. I so appreciate your help and consideration in this. And guys, please do follow along today's show. Maybe I should put this down in the banner that it is the Megan Watch Party. And I should do that because it didn't occur to me. Megan Watch Party. So people know what we are watching, and that it's Ladies of the PGS. And guys, it is on Peacock. It is on Peacock, meaning that
Mhm.
you guys can watch along. And of course, this is a horror film, so there's going to be scary parts. I hope we get some really scary parts in this, Lorena. I hope I get freaked out. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, like I'm hoping we get a lot of
I hope so.
now, Lorena, I am at where am I at? I am at where am I? Where's my counter at? Some of you guys might have the version that has commercials. Um, and right now I'm at 50 seconds on my
50.
um
Okay. Mine is at 55.
okay, so let me just catch up
Let's
there.
see. Just
Uh,
because I had to watch the Bloomhouse intro. I love how they do that.
Gotcha. So you're at 55 and I haven't started mine yet. I'm going to press start when you say when you think you're ready.
Okay, yep, I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, press play.
Okay, there we go.
So guys, we are at 55 seconds into the film. 55 seconds watching Megan.
Atomic Monster Productions.
Yes.
I'm sorry, it's funny.
That is hilarious.
She got old and died.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that's different.
That is so freaky.
But it sounds like the commercials we grew up with.
I know, right? Oh, they have the Run DMC one. Did you see it with the bucket can go hat? Oh, that's oh my god.
This is hilarious.
That was funny.
Oh, look, App Store, App Play.
Mm-hmm. That's freaking funny. That's
Mhm.
funny and freaky at the same time. Yeah, I would. Shoot, that's funny. But you got one though.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, that thing is funny. I want one. His name is Leroy. Help me, Cady.
Wow, that's a whiteout.
That's crazy. They need to pull over.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And that was in whiteout conditions.
Oh my god.
I knew it was going to be ugly.
Did you see how they did the G in Megan?
Yes, it's like it's yeah, coated. Hmm. Oh, Godzilla. I had one. Funky, is that like a ripoff of Funko?
Yeah.
I think so. So here's a bucket hat. What is it? The
The chip,
special part.
computer chip or something?
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Oh.
That is so freaky yet so fascinating.
Oh,
Oh, the cup.
Mercedes.
No way. Oh, she looks good.
She doesn't look like a girl.
No. So literally that like that whole thing, it's like super feedback.
Yeah.
Ah, crap. He sounds like he's from Jersey.
Oh, they're competitors. This must be their competitors.
It has a mood butt. That's not my
Oh,
problem.
shh. He's like, you did not just fucking tell me that.
Like you couldn't tell me this
You're a
before we put it
bust.
into production. Model 3 Android. Megan. Oh my gosh. This looks like she had a stroke. Oh, 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 this is
Gonna melt?
bad. Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah.
That's a hell of a forgot. What a disaster.
Doofus. Nah,
I think he would have given her another chance because it's kind of impressive.
it is. Well, you're not getting it now. You want to date me, don't you?
Yeah, he
I've been
does.
in that position.
She still has all the raw data and everything. So
Yeah, everything.
now she's getting an emergency message, and I'm assuming it's.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah, this is horrible. Oh my god, this is actually giving me chills. And guys, we are at 10 minutes into the program.
Hmm. Yeah, that prototype. There's there first of all, there's no way if that's my technology, nobody's touching that. You're not putting anything on it until I do it. That's what
Agree.
happens when you let amateurs touch your stuff.
Mhm. So obviously she has custody of her niece, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And this is kind of awkward. They don't seem super close, Lorena.
No, she's basically a stranger, but not a stranger. As far as she's concerned, she's the this is just me. She's the aunt that sends her toys and stuff like that. Yeah. This is just me, but I think something's going to happen to that dog. I'm just saying. No.
Yeah. Nice house.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's cool.
Tinder?
Ooh.
What's Tinder? She probably
Mhm.
knows what Tinder is.
Mhm. It's an adult home. It's not for children. Like, it's very
No.
ultra modern. Everything's in the perfect place.
There's no dirt on the floor, no
Mhm.
crayon stains, no
He's
gum
got a
stuck
white car.
anywhere. White carpet,
Mhm.
collectibles up there. Case in point, when my nieces and nephews come to visit, the collectibles all get locked down.
Yeah.
All get locked down. The only thing that stays out is stuffies. That's it. And Professor X hides.
Perpetual pet, I love it.
It'll live longer than you will.
Mhm.
Yoga ball, Peloton.
Mhm.
Yeah, put that there. Kids don't care about coasters.
Oh, look at her face. She's such a little sweetheart. Go and give her a hug. She's so adorable.
She is cute.
Children 101.
Hmm.
She didn't know a story offhand?
With her, she loves
Tech.
code and tech. That's
Mhm.
like it. Anything that's kind of like on the artsy side is I don't know, it's kind of weird. You got to get somewhere. They're just so into it. That's all they think about.
Come on, she's crying. Go in there and hold her. Don't be a
They're much
dick.
better with machines than they are with people.
That's cold. Come
Yeah.
on, we know this is cold.
Yeah, at least she admits it. Yeah. Who are you? I'm a kid. That's what I do. I don't have any toys. I figured it out. Yep. They're not toys. Yes, it is. This couldn't be me. I'd be like, heck no. Oh, that hurt. That hurt so bad. She doesn't know what to do with it. Creepy. Oh, okay. This one is. Mhm. Yeah. Let's make my collectible worth even less money. Not very. I'd say more than one or two. And not for nothing, but I don't think you want to move this kid to Jacksonville. So, folks, we are at 18 minutes and okay, 19 minutes right now. You can't be serious. Well, oh, okay. She's doing it from home.
At least she's in the same room or nearby.
Yeah, because I was like, "Are you going into the office?" But I
Sorry,
get it. It's like here, stay busy. I've
I
had
had
to
to help
do
my
that.
mom with the toilet. So sorry, guys.
No worries. No worries. No worries.
So she needs $1 million in order for the other project to work, they said?
Did she say a million or 100? She said it needed to work. They'd already dumped like $100,000
Oh,
into it.
it's a lot of money.
I think she is an independent contractor, I think.
Oh. Aw.
Yeah, you can just it'll just suck your time.
But you know something? She should just have her in the same room with her at the very least. So she's not alone.
That's true. Hmm.
Sounds like something that's marketable.
Let me guess. She's gonna actually help her do it because she is a kid and that
Mhm,
demographic.
mhm. Oh, she brought it home, Lorena.
Proxy robot. Hmm.
Mhm.
Give him lab glasses.
Safety glasses.
Now he looks like Johnny Five.
Yeah. Oh, he still works? That's so cool.
Oh my god, I loved robots.
Auntie is brilliant.
This is the kind of tech I love getting my hands on.
Love it.
Yeet. There we go. It's a feedback gloves.
Now she's going in the right direction.
Hmm.
'Cause Cady does not feel like she's alone.
Hmm. That's where the RAM is.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah. A forever toy.
Light bulb. Because just think, if you have a robot that's with you to interact with you, you just interact with the environment and the toys you already have.
It's like having a permanent C3PO.
Exactly. Exactly. Mom's too busy. Okay, we're going to go outside. I like this. I like this bird.
This
Watch
is
out, it's going
filmed
to poop
really
on you.
this is filmed really nicely too. Like you can feel this really cool momentum coming from the idea and how the creative process is just flowing right now.
Hmm. Just from her niece's reaction to it. Please don't fire me.
Hmm. She's gorgeous. Let's just be honest about that. This is a gorgeous prototype.
Biometric key.
Wow.
Oh, that's freaky.
Yeah, it is.
Biofeedback. Emotional state. I can read the feedback like from her face, her pupil dilation.
Even her boss is impressed.
Hmm.
All right, so that is like a digital printer, but it's okay. It's okay. Oh, she smile. She's little smiles, Lorena. That little.
Hmm. Yeah. Wow.
What? Oh my god! It's so cool.
It's the ink that, it doesn't run but reacts with something. And yeah,
Yeah.
no, shut the frick up.
You know he's on board, right?
Less than a Tesla?
What was a Tesla? Develop a Tesla's $100,000, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
That's cheap for a robot.
Especially that kind of robot.
Oh wow. The honesty. The honesty.
I gotta love him for that. So I sound like I know what I'm talking about. I freaking love this. So she notes it. She's basically indestructible.
Yes. She's the Terminator, but
Yeah,
oh, I didn't know they
literally.
could make her look different. Oh my god.
Literally, she's the Terminator. Titanium skeleton and ceramic port.
What?
Condensation.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh.
I want one now.
Okay.
Making doesn't seem like a robot, does she?
No, because a robot responds to logic and machine instructions. Megan runs specifically on biofeedback. So she's way more advanced.
Hmm.
That's why it's like she's got those cameras and whatever it was, a spectrometer. Exactly.
Good point. Oh, yes, she is. You're her mama now. She needs to go to counseling. This woman needs to go to counseling.
Mhm. Pull that off of Google. Oh, you dumb. Confrontation.
She almost sounds like Megan when she talks.
Mhm.
The aunt. Affirmative.
You made this thing without an override switch?
She should have been the primary user.
Mhm.
That Megan doll is Jenna. That's her.
Oh, yeah.
Was she
And this
different? I'm
and
sorry.
this is
Was she? I'm so
oh,
sorry. Go ahead,
no,
Lorraine. Yeah.
I was
Was
like, "Yeah, when is she clicking on right now?"
and I almost wonder how different the sisters were. With one being more like Megan and analytical, and the other one maybe being a little different.
Mhm. One sister might have been more hands-on before she had children, where Gemma was much different, very analytical, maybe producing Megan as the sister she wanted, maybe.
Yeah, very insightful.
Megan?
She's got a lot of information to process.
Mhm. What'd I tell you about this freaking dog? I love her coat.
Yeah, I love her clothes. I think they made her look beautiful. And guys, we are 35 minutes into the program. Oh my god!
Oh
So
my god.
she was damaged. She was damaged.
Bitch, what?
Yeah. Potential threat located.
Exactly.
Neutralize threat. Somebody called it this is a reverse Cujo.
Hmm.
Does she have a fever?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Slight fever, but your body is gonna like increase its temperature when you're injured or when you're sick.
She's imitating him, isn't she?
Yes, she imitated her freaking voice. Oh my gosh, this is straight out of Terminator.
This is so good. It's not a magic meatball.
No,
What did she drop?
I bet you it's rat poison. I told you that dog was not gonna be long for this world. Whatever.
Boy, she's loud.
What does she hear? It's like, oh, lady, shut the frick up.
She didn't have to do that in the morning. She doesn't have to do that. Wake up the whole neighborhood.
No.
Probably like 6 or 7.
Like, oh God, who's this loudmouth heifer first thing in the morning? Hmm. I didn't do anything. Well, yes, I did my job to protect Cady. That was my job. And
Mhm.
that dog was a nuisance.
The casting is phenomenal in this.
Mm-hmm.
Can Megan tell when she's lying?
Mm-hmm. She's going really off script here.
Oh. Oh.
So what things did you do together? Hmm, I knew it. Yeah, and I love it. That's like the difference between a regular robot and Megan.
Gosh.
And how many electronic databases on child psychology has she accessed?
Agreed. It's getting to me. It's getting to me. God. Oh God.
So she basically recorded it. Like, remember this one
Yeah.
about your mom?
So she won't ever forget it.
Yep.
Oh my God, this is so sweet.
Seeing dollar signs above their heads right now.
Oh God, that's so sweet. I'm sorry, guys.
So is everybody else in the room. I would be too. Oh my god. I love you, Megan.
Oh
I
God.
love how much money you're gonna make me.
We got to get one, Lorena.
Megan, yeah.
And hello to Tom Jr. Jackson, guys. And Behu Rez. Joe Tyson, hello.
Hey.
Dylan C.
Hey, Dylan C.
Sister Harrow as well. Hi.
Yeah.
Hello, Monkey Jeebus.
I love that Megan looks that creepy. I really do.
Mhm.
I really
And
do.
no serve off. This is the unrated version. And Sander, hello.
I knew she was a contractor.
Yeah. Hello to all of you guys. We are watching Megan, and we are at 44 minutes into the show.
How
That was
did he get there?
is he stealing her property?
Apparently, he had some kind of well, he was on the team. What? So I bet you this a-hole is gonna sell him.
We're at 45 minutes, guys. His boss, he's going to take that technology, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he is. Because he's on that Megan team, so there's no reason to block his access.
Wow. That was a good scene, Lorena.
Yeah, he is. It's almost like when kids get too addicted to, like, to technology, which is why they have, like, screen time limits.
Mhm. No, she didn't.
She's like, "This thing is so freaking creepy."
This is the beta version?
Mhm.
And she was damaged with the dog thing, right, Lorena? She got damage. You
Yeah, because you kinda saw the sparks. So, well, she's made of titanium, so she's pretty much indestructible.
okay.
But who knows? It might have shook something around that shouldn't have been. Mhm. Hmm.
Is that a mute button?
What? See, this is what I'm talking about.
She doesn't believe she's turned off.
No, I wouldn't.
There must be a fail-safe switch somewhere, right?
There should be, but she was so adamant about putting this prototype together that there are no procedural safeguards, no kill switch. So I don't think she's even put a kill switch in it. I don't think you want to leave this one. Mm-mm. Dual band frequency GPS.
She can connect with a satellite.
Yep. Stuck with all these freaking toys.
Aw.
I was meant for more than this.
Mhm. Mhm. I wonder if this movie also questions the idea of Megan as an AI. How do you treat an AI? You know, which is
Mhm.
something I wasn't thinking about when I first started watching this. Does she deserve more than being put on a shelf?
Right. Excuse me? I don't want to go, Brad. Oh God, I'm stuck with this kid. Yeah, she know what's up. She's like,
She
she
can
can
sense her
notice how.
body temperature,
Yes.
the
How.
dilation of the eyes, the size of her pores moving, everything, Jess.
Mhm.
Hormonal levels.
How anxious she is.
Mhm.
Y'all pray for this boy because I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna work out good for him.
What the hell? Why?
First of all, why would you even let these kids off by themselves?
He's never seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
No. Why? Nope.
Mhm. Auntie knows what's up, and we are at 55 minutes into the program,
Mhm.
everybody.
You know what? I don't feel. I don't feel bad for this kid.
What is he doing?
Wow.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, it's on now. Remember, she's got titanium limbs.
This is not in her programming, is it? Her
No.
aunt did not write this into the programming. So where did this come from?
I think a lot of it, because she was linked to the web, it's a lot of external information she found out. Like, what is death? She didn't tell her what that was.
Right.
So she just plugged into the internet.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I didn't want to end up
That's a
like
body
that.
bag.
Yeah, there was nothing left. Like I said earlier, it's like there wasn't a kill switch. Guilt at 100%.
Mhm.
There wasn't a kill switch built into that robot.
Of course she's gonna be thinking about this tonight before she goes to bed.
It's like
And the second time she's witnessed, someone getting killed in front of her eyes.
he was a jerk.
Tell her to put it on the poster, Mom. Say it.
She knows that Cady isn't gonna rat her out. "I'm to see a freaking dog."
Exactly, Tom.
You know how nuts.
And welcome, Jason Vivona, as a new member of the Burnettwork. Thank you so much for
Come.
joining the family.
What? Oh, boy. What's she doing up at 3 AM?
Well, maybe she doesn't sleep, right?
Probably.
What the hell? You know, the other day we were playing Hogwarts Legacy, and you can choose between being a good wizard and a bad wizard.
Mhm.
I don't know what Megan's turning into because she started off so nice.
It's almost like when kids aren't given guidance or filter with their knowledge.
So maybe even Megan needs guidance, just like the daughter, her niece needs it. They both need guidance.
Yeah. It's almost like, I remember reading one of Isaac Asimov's books, and it had, like, these 3 cardinal rules for robots. The first one was basically do no harm, and I don't think that particular directive is in there. So she thinks it's perfectly okay, as she's a caretaker, so if someone is threatening Cady, she feels that she can use any kind of force that's necessary. Although the kid running into the street was on him,
True.
she didn't have to pull his ear off.
No,
Nah.
I do love that song. Um, yeah, that's something that I questioned. She also didn't have to kill the dog.
Yeah, but there's nothing that tells her, you know,
That something is wrong,
yeah.
right from wrong.
Mhm. It could have been, "Hey, throw a rock at the dog," but she had a search parameter, but didn't know what the boundary was.
Good point.
Yeah, Megan doesn't she doesn't have boundaries, she doesn't have kill switch. She doesn't
Mhm.
have something that's telling her, "Hey, this is the limits of, of force," or "I'm not supposed to leave the house boundary."
And Tom was talking about not expecting the movie to be a musical.
I still want that troll doll that poops when you feed it on the app.
Okay.
I do want that.
And people do have disagreements about their pets all the time, but nobody like killing a pet, that's out of the question.
Yeah, that's not something it's like, "Okay, I'll fix my side of the fence so the dog doesn't come over here."
She's there.
Oh, dang! Is
Oh my
that the chemical she's spraying her with?
oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, that's so gross. I don't know. Why is that?
The second death.
Yeah. Really? Mhm. What does that have to do with me?
Did he laugh at that shit?
Yes, you did.
Fuck. What?
Homicide detectives have a weird sense of humor.
So now she's questioning if there a connection between the 2 because she doesn't wanna believe that
Mhm.
Megan could have had anything to do with this. She doesn't
Mhm.
want to. And guys, we are at 1 hour and 5 minutes into the program. A very good film so far.
I'm freaking loving this.
Mhm. So what would she be looking at? She'd be looking at certain types of protocols. Oh, everything's
Mhm.
recorded?
Yes. So she's gonna be looking at the information that Megan oh, did she delete it? Oh my see this remember what I said about kill switches? Okay. Somebody else programmed me. Oh,
No, that's not true. She needs to find out what's going on.
Mhm. Mhm. Whitney.
She doesn't understand what hurt means, does she?
I don't think she does. Yeah, this was the unrated version.
Yeah,
She sprayed that pesticide in her face and, like, her skin melting.
it was sad to see that Megan would do that. Have they?
That's the thing, y'all didn't think about that. Yep, yep.
They cannot explain the lack of data.
No. I can't believe y'all made this darn thing without, kill parameters.
Wow, she's
And
getting out of control here.
she's already, like, traumatized. 'Cause she's so traumatized that she feels she can relate to Megan more than she can her aunt, so taking it from her, it's just to her, it feels like the world is at an end if that happens.
And we are at 1 hour and 10 minutes into the program, everyone. And you're right, Lorena. This it was exactly as traumatic as that psychologist said it would be. The separation is too much for her.
Mhm.
And the aunt is realizing that she's made a big mistake.
Huge mistake.
Hey, Kay.
Yeah, I'm freaking loving this. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
She teaches me.
Mm.
Mhm.
Did he just say that?
Yes, he did. You need to work through that.
Mhm.
Oh, of course she does.
That's the first sincere thing she said to her niece from day
Mhm.
one.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was an accidental punch, Tom. I don't think she meant to do that. I think she was just pushing away from her aunt. That's how I saw it. Um, she didn't mean to do that. At least that's how I interpret it. We are at 1 hour and 15 minutes, everybody.
We can't launch this.
Oh my god! It's Megan!
I didn't make a phone call. Hmm, I didn't call.
Now this is going into a whole nother realm of creepiness.
Mhm.
Yeah, he really is.
It means it intercepted your freaking call. You do it. I'm not gonna do it. You do it.
Just pull out the cables.
I wonder if Megan has to recharge, because 'cause she's gotta have a power source. She can't be plugged into something.
I thought she had a remote charger in the girl's bedroom. That's why she sat there.
Ah, interesting.
I could be wrong, but it looked like it. Remember, there was a light underneath.
Mhm. This dude is so freaking nervous.
But
This
why should they feel afraid of her? You know what I mean? Like, they shouldn't feel afraid of her.
Yeah, bruh. You ain't gonna be able to get away from that.
Why would she do this? She didn't have to do this. She didn't have to do that.
No, but she has no restrictions on her programming. Exactly, that's why you should fear she has no restrictions on her programming, something that was programmed to learn on its own with no boundaries.
His boss. She's about to slice and dice the boss.
You've got something walking around with titanium skull and ceramic appendages.
He closed the door but wouldn't let the other guy in. Oh.
Oh, dang. Hello.
What?
Mhm. So I'm gonna make it look like you killed him. Because she can monitor the network. You can live with yourself. I don't think so.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Anybody notice the blood in the elevator and the 2 bodies? Like I said, the blood in the elevator and the 2 bodies. Oh, of course she can drive that car. There you go. Push button start,
So
all
then where is she?
electronic.
Where is she going?
To back to the house.
She's going home.
Hmm. She's coming back home.
This was very unexpected. This entire storyline. I can see why so many people liked it. This is the type of stories that we want to see when it comes to something like this.
Hmm.
A- And her home programming system is not responding.
Hmm. Elsie's like, I don't respond to you anymore. I have a new boss. I think what happened to Elsie is like what Ultron did to Jarvis.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is, oh my gosh, this is so creepy.
It is very creepy. Like toy soldiers. She sounds like a woman now.
Hmm. Told ya.
She admitted it.
Hmm.
Sit.
Well, that's not going to work, Brown. I love it when she when she clones someone else's voice. Again, Terminator reference.
She should have told her to run. She should have told the niece to run.
Forever. Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Toy soldiers.
Hmm.
Okay, look at that.
Yeah, she should have told the niece to run.
Hmm. I think right now the only person who can really control Megan is Cady. She's titanium.
Water affects her.
Mhm. She's still electronic components. Dang.
Tell your niece to run. Okay, thank you. She told her to get out. That's all I needed to hear to know that she's prioritizing the niece now.
Mhm. I suggest you get a bathtub.
Or a hose or something.
Mhm. Even if you got a fire extinguisher, you can use that.
Come on, the hose is right on the wall. Shoot.
Come on, girl. Do that thing like you mean it. Girl, turn into Jason. Oh, yeah. Just gonna get real ugly. Megan dance. I love it.
Oh. Ah.
Yeah, her trust is dropping. She does not trust you. Cady's smart.
And we're in an hour and 30 minutes, guys. Right. I forgot about him.
Mhm. That's cool as I don't know what.
Unbelievable.
It's not over. She's gonna probably start crawling towards you too. Maybe I've seen too many horror movies.
No, no, I think you have a good point.
What did I freaking tell you? With robots, it's not over unless they're a pile of ashes.
Tell her to shut down.
processor. Stab it in the face. Right there. There you go. There you go. Now it's dead. Oh, who called the cops? She probably did.
Oh, her friend's still oh, thank God, they're still alive.
But what about
The other unit in the house is did she download herself into it?
she could have. Oh, wow.
That was so good, Lorena.
I haven't had that much fun in, like, a horror movie in quite a while. That was hilarious.
It really
I
was, and I think that there were a lot of elements in it that were very appealing, um, with this robot that had so much promise to it, and it's true that initially she did not know how to deal with all of this. You know, I admit that. She didn't know and, you know,
It was something she had to, that she had to learn. It's like the good intention was there. She didn't really know what she had run into, and, of course, it was gonna take them a while to bond, to each other.
yeah, and Lorena, you mentioned a lot of very interesting things, and Kay, hi Kay, mentions that apparently they are working on a sequel.
Oh, it was totally set up for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know that she's downloaded herself into the system and is sort of this rogue program that needs to be stopped. But you know, you mentioned the idea of this robot and how it didn't have these safety protocols, and we've heard about this, and it does kind of feel like it would be impossible to create a robot like this. You know, I always think about the Star Wars universe where they had, you remember the restraining bolt? You and I were talking about this
Mhm, yeah,
yesterday or the day before to have, and this restraining bolt, of course, is that switch that prevents it from really kind of going crazy.
mhm,
You know, sometimes these programs will have 2 or 3, you know, safety protocols written into them.
right.
But boy, this poor, you know, inventor and her niece having to go through this crazy experience and something that could have been actually very helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think it's, the good intent was there, but it was so it was so rushed, and she kind of just got, like, I guess, just trying to do something to impress her niece or bond to her niece, because she saw how her niece liked the robot, so she's like, "Oh, well, this is what she needs to, like, put a Band-Aid on the problem," when the real problem is, her niece had just, lost both of her parents. She's learning how to be a surrogate parent, and it's going to be messy. It's not going to be a clean or a quick fix, which is kind of what she tried to do. So, with good intentions, she tried to create this quick fix, but at the same time, didn't realize, or I think if it wasn't her niece, she would have realized it much, much quicker. Like, I can't have this, like, self-learning system here without any boundaries. That's not going to work. But it's just, I just want to get this whole thing with my niece under control so my life can go back to some kind of normalcy.
Yeah, you make a good point with that. And, another thing that I could kind of equate it to is we see a very poignant moment, and I'm sure you remember it. Yeah, she did skip the QA parts,
Oh,
arguably.
yeah.
There was a part, and I'm sure you noticed it as astutely as I did, where the niece talks about how she doesn't want to feel that way. And, it's
Hmm.
almost like Megan became this drug that she was addicted to, and it was just playing with
Yes.
Megan. And the aunt was like, "Well, what you're feeling is normal. You're supposed to feel loss after what you went through." And,
Hmm.
then I realized, I said, "Yeah, Megan's kind of become a distraction at a very critical point in the healing process of this young girl, as
Hmm.
well as for the aunt." So that was very interesting, and I hadn't thought about it that way, or that something like that could happen. I think that's what obviously the psychologist was saying, but in more kind of in a way that I could understand, it was pretty clear she wasn't dealing with her feelings. And
No.
but it looked like she was. I mean, she seemed so happy with Megan, but Megan really was not doing what the aunt could do for her, which was something else that was very interesting.
Hmm. Exactly. Exactly. And Megan, in a way, was like methadone.
Mhm.
Like with Megan, there's some things where she's just like, okay, well, I don't think that she's ready for or anything, like that. And Megan's like, oh, sure, this is what happens and this is what you can do and XYZ. And it's kind of just like, I don't think she really needs to know about that.
Yeah, you're right. And I don't know what I was expecting when they had advertised this film. And as of course I said, we've been watching the advertisements in the theaters for over a year. And
Hmm.
it did look very, surprising and shocking, but I wasn't expecting something this emotionally affecting. Um and it certainly was very emotional, that part where, you first meet her and she interacts with the niece, and the corporate is watching, and
Hmm.
everybody's, they all, even I was teared up by that whole thing. And I think they really
Yeah.
mean to appeal to what we find most important, and those emotional interactions you have with another person are so important. Even seeing somebody talk about one that's not even taking place at that moment. She
Hmm.
talked about remembering her parents and a special moment, and the idea that even a remembrance of an emotion is strong enough to make us, well, it made me cry. I was crying. I was like, "Oh my god." It was really a beautiful moment, and so well written and very effective in a cinematic way. Um,
Yes.
Certainly got my attention. Yeah, I really enjoyed this.
I had a blast.
Mm.
I had a blast watching this. From the twisted humor of the commercial that it opened up with, because we were like, man, don't you remember commercials like that? To the point we're like, well, this is a toy that I would definitely want. I could see
Mhm.
why it's a lot of fun, and kind of starting out that way, and just like, hey, we have to make this newer, cheaper, you know, toy. But the thing with toys is that children form an emotional connection to toys. So that's why I mean it was a beautiful scene, but also they needed to have that to hook us into believing that Megan was going to be the best thing, just what they have been looking for, not going to be any problems. But that's where the stab in the gut comes when, guess what? Megan will pull your ears off and kill your dog and spray you with your own pesticide and in your garage after shooting you in the hand with a nail gun.
You made such a good point, Lorena, that they did rush this project. And,
Yeah.
it hadn't occurred to me, she was really under pressure to figure out what to do, under pressure from work, under
Hmm.
pressure with the niece. And, she kind of combined the two, but overlooked some really important main protocols of the operation. I
Yes.
was also going to say that this kind of reminded me a little bit of RoboCop. Now I don't know why, but
Yes.
it there was some kind of crazy element about it. I guess maybe because of this emotional feeling that Megan was able to relate to this young girl who had experienced such a great loss, and it was very interesting. Um, yeah, someone talks about hi, MB Dyson
Hey.
29 says, I just watched the unrated cut last night. The three laws of robotics may have been forgotten, which is the ones you mentioned, Lorraine.
That's yes, that's
You don't,
exactly the ones that I was talking about.
you're not
There's
allowed to harm humans. I
not
think.
allowed to harm humans, and, I can't recall all of them, but if you've ever read anything by Isaac Asimov,
Hmm.
especially, the movie, I think I
Hmm.
believe, built on his novel, he had 3 fundamental laws of robotics,
Right.
and every robot is supposed to no, it wasn't AI.
It was
Um,
iRobot, no?
iRobot, yes. Yes, it was iRobot because I actually read the book, the Ray Bradbury book
Oh,
that
wow.
the Isaac Asimov book that was based on, and it
Yes.
talks about the 3 primary rules of robotics, like what robots have to follow so they
Ex-
don't become rogue units.
Exactly. And this was just such a great film. I think, we did expect certain cliches and I guess things that
Mhm.
would be expected, but even with that, the story was so good, and I enjoyed it too. Tom Jr. Jackson, we are all good people, moderator, collaborator, and friend of the channel. Um, I enjoyed it tremendously too, Lorraine. If you and I had gone to see this in the theater, we would have been very happy walking out of the theater
Oh, yeah.
after seeing this.
Oh, yeah. I had a blast,
Mhm.
watching this film. Yeah, they had a couple bloody scenes in there. I since I'm seeing the unrated version, I'm assuming, the blood spatter in the elevator. I think they might have kind of smoothed that over a little bit or something. So you didn't see it as gory as it was, especially with dude getting, his carotid artery severed. I don't think they would have let that out.
The throat slice.
Yeah, you probably just saw her,
Hey, Bill
using
Barkley.
the thing she ripped off of the paper cutter and just maybe saw her swiping it, and then you see her standing in the elevator and there's all that blood stuff on there. Exactly. Yes. Thank you, MB Dyson.
And
But
you're right, Lorena. I think that this version, it was kind of perfect. I did like that we saw maybe, what was it, 5 or 6 people who got offed. Unfortunately, that little
mhm,
boy, they made sure she didn't actually kill him, which I thought
yeah.
was very interesting to choose
hmm
not she wouldn't do that to a child perhaps, at that point in her development. But for the adults, she was more than happy to kind of, let them have it.
Yeah.
And not every thing she did resulted in a death. She killed a dog, she killed a neighbor, she killed the 2 guys in the elevator. She tried to blow up the 2 scientists in the lab, but didn't make it. So
hmm
she kind of wrecked a lot of havoc in somewhat of a short period of time, and also trying to kill the aunt and the niece in the end. So it was very interesting. I would recommend it. And MB Dyson 829 says he saw an interview with the Aussie girl who played Megan. She was
hmm
great. Yeah, the girl who played Megan, the cast,
She was freaking great.
yeah, he really was. The casting in this was spectacular.
Yes.
I'm even gonna go so far as to say that the, production design was also, amazing, along with, the let's say, the stunts, if we're gonna go so far with that.
hmm
Um, it doesn't feel like there was a whole lot of stunts in it, but, it certainly did, mesmerize you, and, I do have to also say, or at least wanna say, that when they had advertised the film, what we got was what they advertised. I don't feel like this is any different from
No.
what they advertised, but what I do think is very different is how I felt about this film. I didn't know I was going to enjoy this film this way. I was not expecting this, Lorena. I was not expecting to get attached to this robot.
You
I
know,
mean,
I wanna say,
sure,
not to interrupt you, but I wanna
likable.
say, like, what you saw, like, what I was seeing on, like, on Twitter. Megan had her own handle, and she's just like, "You wanna be with your bestie, right?" It was freaking genius. It
Mhm.
was absolutely genius. She reacted just like the robot, in the film. But you're right, what they showed was exactly what we got. Some rogue doll freaking loses it and goes on a killing spree. And we want to know basically how that happened. We're intrigued to see how that happened. Granted, okay, child's play, which is true. Child's play, granted, that was not a robot. It was basically a serial killer reborn in a body due to, some voodoo going on.
That's
But
right.
it was still crazy to have this, like, this doll, something that a child trusts, that's just basically a killing machine.
Yeah, and hello, Irene. I hope you are well, Irene, tonight. Yeah, it really became, but it didn't start off that way, right, Lorena? It started off as something that looked quite harmless, and I guess we realized that it was manipulating the system when
Mhm.
when they said, "Did you tell her about the child's parents dying?" And there was all of a sudden this concern
Mhm.
about how much did, Megan know, and how much did, that's obviously the director, having a laugh here with the whole thing. How much did, the daughter even know, the girl whose parents died, did she even understand? Because sometimes children can be in these accidents and not really understand what's happened. They witnessed the death of their parents, but they just don't understand how this could be happening to them, and we can kinda see, um that this young girl was in that position. But if that is true, Lorena, then it, as an artificial intelligence, let's say, um character, Megan would know that the girl was vulnerable.
Mhm.
And so that, I think, might have been maybe one of the first things that she might have been able to manipulate a little bit more, knowing that the girl was vulnerable, and knowing that this girl, it was 182 pictures. It's a lot of pictures. Knowing that the girl could not respond to her the way she normally would have if things were okay. This girl doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't understand that, um, she's supposed to have those emotions, as we were talking about earlier. And so by pushing away the emotions, she's happier, and therefore it looks like a success. Now,
Mhm.
um, one person says, "I don't have Wi-Fi AI robots. They will learn too much." Um, I honestly, think that this was congratulations to this production team. What a fun, horror film. I was surprised at some of the stuff that happened in there. I wasn't expecting those moments for those events to happen, so it was a kind of fun,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, there was a lot of unexpected, emotional moments from the way that she connected, to something as funny as, that crazy looking Furby troll, really weird looking thing that when it fell on the floor, like, "Ow, help me, Katie, help me." It was just too funny. It was too funny, and I like that balance between stuff that you laugh about and stuff that's like, "Oh my gosh, it's so creepy," and one of the things that this movie does, very well is the psychological horror that goes on. Is Megan looking at you, or is she really looking at you? Is it a doll or is it something more than that? Do you think it's kind of creepy how easily she's able to say just the right thing? And of course, it's over the top creepy when you see her dancing.
That was
I
very creepy.
That was freaking brilliant. It was hilarious because it's not the, "Hey, I'm gonna pick up this thing and stab you with it." It's like, "Nah, I'm gonna do some stuff that makes you say, 'What the heck?' before I stab you with it."
Definitely. So I have to say, I would recommend this film to anybody. I think it's a great film. I think it's a great horror film.
Mhm,
Certainly had me on my toes a lot of times. And, just a fun thrill, almost even a fun thriller, if you will. And congratulations to like I said, the production team, the casting, everything was spot on. I think they made a great film. And this is the type of stuff we want to see. These are the types of films we want to see in the horror genre. I think, this is a step in the right direction. As
mhm.
Tom says, it was so much fun. It was so much fun.
It's a ton of fun. I love this. I had meant to see this movie. Like, I really, really, really wanted, to see this movie. I almost plunked down the money to watch it on paper, digital download, and
Hmm.
then I found out that it was, well, you had told me. Actually, I had found out about it, and I'd put it on Twitter. I was like, "Megan's available on, Peacock," and all these people were like, "Oh, yeah, I know what I'm watching tonight." It
Hmm.
was insane. People were like, "Yeah, I can finally watch it because it's actually a good it's a good horror movie, and they keep us, on the edge of our seats and freaked out throughout this whole thing, which is, which is great. I love it. I love it. This is one that I would wanna own, actually.
Yeah, me too, Lorena. It is one I'd love to add to my collection. And certainly I want to thank everybody who was here tonight, including Tom Jr. Jackson, the moderator. We are all goof people, along with everybody in the chat who enjoyed talking about this incredible film. More of what we need in Hollywood right now, as far as I'm concerned. And
Mhm.
maybe it's a step in the right direction. Hopefully, Hollywood continues to go in this direction. And of course, next week, Lorena, you and I are going to be doing a watch party for another horror film, Smile. Now, I know nothing about the film, Lorena, but I'm looking forward to it. I heard good things about it. How about
I
you?
did too. I did too. I heard really, really, really great things about it, and I can't remember if it's another, Blumhouse movie or not, but either way, the film made a ton of money considering how cheap it was to make,
Mhm.
and all I've heard is nothing but good things about it. They're like, "It's actually a pretty cool horror movie."
Well, it cost 17 Smile cost $17 million to make, but made $217 million. That's a huge amount of money for
Huge.
any film, Lorena. We don't really get things that do that very often anymore. It is a supernatural horror film, but it's going to be so much fun to watch. And Lorena, thank you for joining me for this watch party. Guys, do check in next week. We're going to be doing Smile Watch Party right here on the Burnettwork. Lorena, where can people find you?
Well, folks, you can find me on Twitter. You can also find me on Instagram, and you can watch me on YouTube as well, where I do various live streams and videos. Also, some of them that include a positive fandom. We have our Toxic Male Appreciation Show that we have every Thursday at 5 p.m. over on Twitch, the replay on YouTube on my channel at 1 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. So much stuff coming. I just dropped a video that we did of a deep dive review of episode 1 of season 3 of The Mandalorian.
Oh,
So you have
yeah.
myself, you have her, and you also have Retro Nerd Girl. So that review is live actually on my channel. Well, the video dropped on my channel, and for those of you who love Indian movies, Bahubali 2, The Conclusion, that video is actually premiering right now. It's got the English subtitles. It's got her and myself just marveling of how amazing this movie is. And if you go see it, I've actually put a link in the chat where you can actually see the movie without, without the thank you, without the marker there. You can see it with the English subtitles as well as you would like. And there is a timer on the channel as well. So
Mhm.
if you missed it, you can see exactly where we are.
Absolutely, guys. Please do like and subscribe to Lorena Creel's channel. Right now, she's starting the Bahubali movie that she and I watched together for another watch party. If you guys want to see more tonight, certainly do check it out. It's just started literally 4 minutes or into it. Go on to her channel right after I close this out, which I'm doing in a few seconds. Of course, you guys, you can always find me here on the Burnettwork, but you can also find me on Positive Fan, my YouTube channel, as well as Lorena's channel. We are going to be doing even more programs together on Monday night. Our show, Ladies of the PGS, continues at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can also find me on the 1/6 Scale Man Network as well. But do come back next week at 5 o'clock right here on the Burnettwork. Lorena and I are going to be doing a watch party for Smile. It made $200 million. It only cost $17 million to
Yes.
make, guys.
Mhm.
Everybody's raving about it. So please do check it out. Please like and subscribe to Lorena's channel. Like and subscribe to mine. Like and subscribe to Tom Jr. Jackson's YouTube channel as well.
Yes.
We are all good people. Thank you, everybody, for showing up tonight. And guys, remember, no matter where you are out there in the galaxy, always please remember to be kind. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.